There is one thing about all Hero Vida scooters.
They are useful.
They might not be premium, might not be tech loaded, or might not even be great in quality. Just useful. In this video, let's talk about the pros and cons about the Hero Vida VX2 Plus in the descending order. Let's start with the positives. First is the value at this price point. VX2 Plus comes at 1.3 lakh ex-showroom price with 3.4 kWh battery pack and claims 142 km IDC range. And when I did a range test solo ride in eco mode, I got a real range of 100 km. If you ride a bit slow, then you might get a range up to 110 km in eco mode in solo ride. And if you ride with a pillion, expect a range drop up to 10%. When you run out of charge, you can depend on the fast charging network. It works with Vida, Ether and Bolt charging stations. Pricing of the Ether fast charger is 1.2 rupees plus GST after the new update. Pricing on Bolt in most of the cases will be around 10 to 15 rupees per unit or per kilowatt hour. But there is no clarity given by Vida about their pricing on their app or on their website. They should have made this simple and transparent. But anyway, if you charge a scooter in any of these fast chargers, from 20% to 80% won't cost beyond 50 rupees. But for now, you have to install multiple apps for this. But if there are no fast charging stations near you, or if you don't have a charging solution in parking, simply you can just carry the battery with you and charge wherever you want. Great on paper. But there is a negative. I'll talk about that in some time. Second is the performance. Scooter comes with 3 riding modes: Eco, Ride and Sports mode. Eco mode and Ride mode give a linear and comfortable acceleration for city rides, just like the Hero Vida VX2 Go, about which I spoke about in this video. But if you want to have a quick acceleration performance ride, there is Sports mode also. 0 to 40 km/h takes just 3.1 seconds. And 80 km/h is the top speed. If you need more acceleration to overtake for a few seconds, there is boost mode also. This will eat your range. But the acceleration for those quick few seconds, sweet, very sweet. And gradability is pretty good too, which is 18 degrees, climbs the slope in all riding modes very comfortably. Third is suspension. Front telescopic, rear single hydraulic shock absorber. If you compare with the V1 and V2 previous Hero Vida scooters, this suspension setup is pretty good. Feels soft and comfortable in decent speeds, especially in bad roads. And fourth is storage. 4.8 liters of small open glove box and 27 liters under the seat. This is probably one of the really good features in Vida. Now, there are other scooters that come with removable batteries, but they have two common issues. One is either they don't have enough storage or it is not easy to take the battery out. Now, just think about Honda Activa Electric. Batteries were very easily accessible and well built compared to all other scooters, but practically no storage, overpriced, and we know what happened with the scooter. So it is really good with Hero Vida's storage. And fifth is braking. Front disc and rear drum brake. I would have loved if the scooter came with both front and rear as disc brakes, but I like this also. It is not weaker braking, it's pretty reliable. And sixth is linear regeneration. VX2 Plus has the coasting regeneration. But if you haven't noticed, understandable. It is that subtle. Because it is so subtle, it won't add any range. It won't even stop the scooter. It is just there for tiny speed corrections. At least it does not give a jerky ride, so it's good. Seventh is build quality. This is kind of a mixed thing. The build quality has its own negatives too. I'll talk about that in a minute. But for now, positives. They improved most of the build quality from the previous Vida scooters. It feels solid this time. And they made it a single seat which is comfortable. Handle controls are kinda soft on fingers, easy to use and clickable. For previous Vida scooters, inside the boot there were holes. If it rains, it used to collect water. Now the boot holes are closed. And there is a debatable point, which is indicators inside this plastic casing protects it from the physical damages, but how good does it look? It's debatable, but I'm okay with it. Battery looks well built and safe too. And eighth is the Vida app. In this, you can set your turn-by-turn navigation, geofencing, live tracking, ping my scooter, geofencing, remote immobilization, safety alerts. But this app comes at a subscription cost of 1000 rupees per year from 1st of April 2026. If you buy it before 1st of April, it would have been a free subscription for 1 year. Now, the negatives of VX2 Plus. First, its build quality. Lots of poor plastic. In many places, you feel the plastic is very weak and creates sharp edges in some places. Most importantly, it looks very old soon. For example, the batteries. The batteries themselves have very nice casing, but the plastic case in which you put the batteries, that is very poorly built. In fact, the locking mechanism for that, there is a latch, and the way you lock it, the spring, it comes out. It takes some effort to lock it. It is not that easy, not simple. This could have been much more rigid, more premium feeling, and most importantly, simple to use. Second is charging. The biggest USP of this scooter is that you can charge it in multiple different ways, but none of them is easy. If you are to plug the scooter regularly with a portable charger, you have to open the seat, plug this to charge with a proprietary socket, then close the seat. But there is only one opening through which only one cable can be sent. So you can't have a charger inside the boot, it has to stay outside. And if you want to remove batteries and charge, each battery weighs 13 kilos. So even this is complicated. In fact, I have a doubt. The same VX2 scooter, we do fast charging with a Type 7 charging connector which is of Ether and even the Vida grids. Why can't we do home charging with the same charging connector? What is the need of having a proprietary socket for a portable charger for this scooter? And why should it be under the seat in that very odd place which takes some effort to plug the scooter to charge? It could have been the same Type 7 connector. I am sure they have their own reasons, but I know that even that is complicated. For charging both at a time, you need to buy an additional dongle. And there are faster chargers also, but the Vida fast chargers doesn't work everywhere all the time. They are known for issues of not working, and sometimes Vida scooters doesn't charge in Ether grid. So for now, you have to have all three apps to check which charger will work. Third is dashboard, a tiny 4.3-inch TFT dashboard with turn-by-turn navigation, Bluetooth controls like for the calls and music. Space is very badly used. On a rectangle dashboard, the UI is in the shape of a circle. In fact, this UI is also slightly complicated. Remember, this is not a touchscreen dashboard. You have to control it only with the handle joystick, which takes a lot of effort for every single setting. But if the boost mode is left on, the moment you twist the throttle a bit, the jerk and acceleration is so strong. And the moment you slightly ease on the throttle, there is again a sudden jerk while it drops in acceleration. Say for example, boost mode. The boost mode which you can use for quick acceleration if you are in eco or ride mode, which use that instant kick acceleration to overtake. Or there is a second possibility. You just loved acceleration and you kept on riding in boost mode and it brings lot of range. So basically you have to turn it on only when you need it or turn it off when you're done. So basically imagine it like a step where you are in eco and ride mode. If the throttle crosses that threshold, it quickly jumps to the boost mode with very strong jerk and very strong acceleration. And if you come back on the throttle, it will jump to eco and ride mode with a quick jerk. It means you face that jerk very often. The problem is there is no physical haptic feedback to know that threshold. You have to learn it by training your hand muscles, which is not that easy. So preferably you have to turn it off while you ride to avoid these jerks. And right now, the control for the boost mode is hidden inside the dashboard, which will take easily 5-6 steps, close to a minute approximately, because the dashboard is not that quick also. Now, the problem is if there is a traffic and you have to turn on the boost mode, you have to park the vehicle and use the handle joystick. A 5-6 steps of work to figure out how to turn on the boost mode. By the time the traffic would have been gone. Instead, if there was a physical control which has this latch on top to prevent accidental pressing, if there was a latch on the key, you can just flip it, press it, boost mode on, and you can accelerate. That even gives a satisfaction of having the boost mode to have a feel of an EV launch mode like, and that would have been more easy to use and more time saving also, instead of having an effort to search the dashboard in that very tiny dashboard which is not visible in hot sun also. And finally, I don't recommend to ride any EV scooter under 20% of charge. But if such a scenario comes where you are forced to ride under 20% of charge, make sure you don't get it close to 5%. At 5% of charge, speed limit mode kicks in and scooter rides only till 20 kmph maximum speed. In that mode, it can't even climb a small slope. And by the way, you can purchase the vehicle in BAS plan also, battery as a service. There are 3 plans. Plan 1 is for 2 years, in which you have to commit to ride every month up to 2,400 kilometers. Cost for it is 2,160 rupees. Per kilometer, it will cost up to 90 paisa. Second plan is for 3 years, in which the monthly commitment is 1,600 kilometers and cost will be 1,584 rupees. Cost per kilometer comes to 99 paisa. In plan 3, It is for 5 years. 800 kilometers is the monthly commitment with a cost of 1128 rupees. Cost per kilometer goes to 1.41 rupees. Now the benefits with this bus plan were there only till August of 2025. After that, there is no update on the website. So if you are planning to purchase this scooter and bus plan, make sure you check every single detail with the showroom executive. Make sure you read every single point in the terms and conditions. Make sure you get it right when you buy. To be honest, it doesn't make sense in 2026 to get a vehicle in bus plan because there are no benefits from the brand. It is basically same to purchase a scooter completely versus a bus plan, a complete loan or a battery loan plus a vehicle loan. So, ultimate question, who should get this scooter? Actually, do you know to whom this vehicle will make complete sense? A person who works at a company from 9 to 5 and is willing to do a part-time job, be it a delivery executive or Rapido bike taxi or any other part-time work which requires his vehicle. This vehicle will make complete sense. He can charge in home overnight, wake up, work for 2 hours with the vehicle, go for his work, charge his vehicle in that office parking, take the vehicle out, ride and make more money. There are faster chargers for quick range too. Apart from that, any vehicle you purchase, your target should be to extract maximum value from that vehicle as much as you can. Now, VX2 Vida is capable of taking all the rough use, but even if you ride less, just after 2-3 years, scooter will anyway start to look and feel old because of the poor build. If you are gonna commute more than 60-70 kilometers per day pretty often and over 1500 kilometers a month, and if you wanna extract maximum value from a vehicle, this vehicle is it. But don't expect premium experience, a family scooter like feel, a good build which makes you feel that you got the right purchase. It won't be that. This vehicle will be just useful vehicle. Now, if you have a Vida VX2 or any of the Vida scooters, do share your experience and service experience in the comments below. It will help our audience. Stay subscribed for more such videos.